Hi, and welcome to another edition of Jules Voto's Photo Focus. In this video, we're going to be looking at some pictures I took at a recent family outing using the Nikon Z8 with the 135mm 1.8 Plena lens, and every picture you will see in this video was shot wide open at 1.8 using aperture priority. I did a variety of candid portrait type images as well as some action pictures that you'll see in a little bit. Mainly what I was looking for here is I had previously tested this lens indoors, and I really haven't had the opportunity to take it out and shoot some people pictures, although I will be using it soon for several jobs. I just wanted to, see what it can do in a more realistic situation. And I was very happy with it. The backgrounds were thrown completely out of focus. I had it set for a custom wide area with subject detection. And as long as I kept that box over the face somewhere, it went right to the eye. And even with people with sunglasses, it was pretty darn good. So you could see here how smooth that background is. It's grass and some trees, and it's just completely gone. While the focus on the face, on the eyes, is is excellent. And it was a little bit of sun. The sun was kind of break through. It was a cloudy day, but the sun was breaking through. And I had the camera set for matrix metering, as I said, aperture priority, and my ISO varied from 64 up to 400. And this lens is a little on the heavy side, but in combination with the Z8, I think it's great for pictures like this. And the 135 focal length allows you to isolate your subject more on the background. You don't need as much background. And the background here was, like I said, trees and some grass. And this would even work great in a city situation, with a lot going on. It would just completely wipe out the background. So there were some flowers. We were at my brother-in-law's house, and I wanted to see what this could do with flowers. And again, there's very little depth of field here. I was close to the minimum focusing distance with the 135 1.8, and again, all these were shot at 1.8, but these flowers here were right in front of some brick, the brick front of the house, and it really blows them out. And they were very close. And I'm not sure how close, maybe a foot away from the background, maybe a little bit more, and you could see what it did to that background. Now here again, look at the background. That's what I'm really concerned with. Again, shallow depth of field, of course, at 1.8, but I really like the bokeh with this lens. So now the kids were kind of kicking a soccer ball around, and I wanted to see what it can do. So I set it to continuous autofocus and my frame rate to 10 frames per second. So I wanted to see how well this lens, how quick this lens would autofocus, and I was very happy. And with the Z8, with this eye detect, this facial recognition, whatever you want to call it, subject detection set for people, even with the young girl's hair blowing all around, it kept focus on her eyes. So I was very impressed with that. Now, I had read some things, I had seen some videos where some people said the autofocus was good for action, others said it wasn't that great. Well, in my opinion, it works great. Now, these are not professional athletes, so they would be much quicker, but I will be trying it with some high school basketball and football next season, and I think it'll perform well. The other thing, when shooting at 1.8 in situations like this with action, see what it does to the background. Now, if I was shooting at a 2.8 or f4, let's say, a lot more of that background would be in focus and it would be more distracting. So the wide aperture with a lens that can focus accurately at that wide 1.8 aperture with a camera that can do it allows you to get much better images. So you don't have all that distraction in the background. So this combination of the 135 1.8 shot wide open, along with the Nikon Z8 set for continuous autofocus with subject detection, makes a great combination for this type of photography. So I'll be anxious to try it, as I said, with some high school sports. But you could see here how it just maintained the focus on the eyes. As long as I kept the autofocus box, and I had a custom box, and that's another thing I like about the Z8, that you could customize those autofocus area boxes. And as long as I kept that box on or near the face, it went right for the eye. Now, if the subject was turned a little bit one side or the other, sometimes it would go to just the face without specifically to the eye, because it really couldn't make out the eye. But overall, it was really, really good. And I just love what it did to the background. Now, we're going to be looking at a few more, mostly candid shots coming up of just some of the kids who, pose a little bit for me. And just look at that background. There's a driveway you could see there that's completely gone, as well as the grass. And here's another one, a little pause, and they're kicking the soccer ball around. And that's asphalt behind her that is completely, you don't know what it is. The same thing here. Um, the background is just so smooth. The focus on her eyes is so sharp. And I really like this lens. This is one of those things where I read a lot about it. I watched a lot of videos, and I thought long and hard about purchasing this lens. But I do a lot of portrait photography. I do events. I do medical conferences, and I think this lens is going to be great for things like that. And now we went inside, and these are some shots at, I believe these were at 1600. No, these were at 6400 ISO. I used some noise reduction, but you could see how shallow the depth of field is. And so, like I said, this is a very good combination. A little long. You need some room to move back from your subject. And here you can see in the background they have a tree up with some lights on it, and you could see how nice the bokeh is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I usually publish a new video every Monday morning and Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you have any questions on this combination or any photography questions in general, please leave your question in the comments below, and I try to respond to all questions. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.